was added to the game when Season 4 started was the ever-evolving map. Yes, guys, the map is constantly evolving, and last week it actually evolved a little bit, but I should have made a video, but I wasn't able to make one. But I am going to be keeping track and showing you guys everything that changes every single week that the game gets updated. Now, some of you guys might already know and keep up to date to exactly what the changes are, and some of you might not know, and that's what we're going to talk about today, about the changes, the theories behind the changes, and what exactly is going on. So let's go ahead and start in and dive right into the first one that we're going to see right here, which is the changes done to Dusty Depot. Now, if you guys didn't notice last week, one of the changes was they added a roof. Now you're able to see that it is patched up, and it's taking, it's taking its own course now, its own life. The facility's being built. But what exactly changed this week that wasn't part of it last week? So we're going to find out exactly. I'm going to show you guys exactly one of the biggest changes. What's not to the outside of the building, actually. One of the biggest changes that was done to this department was the actual rock that's in here. So we're going to go in here and check out what I'm talking about. So as you guys know, there is a meteoroid that's not a meteoroid, but there's a big rock that's in here inside Dusty Depot. And one of the things with this one is that we noticed that there is a couple things happening to it. As you guys see right now, we had a regular rock, but now we don't have a regular rock. We actually have a rock that you're able to see the inside of what's inside this rock. Now, there is a lot of speculation of what's going to come out of this rock. If it's going to be an egg, is it going to be like some sort of mechanical robot, and all that good stuff. So from what I know, what's inside this rock right here, it's going to be some sort of pod, which is going to be very similar looking, it's going to look very similar to an egg, and it's going to hatch out something that looks very, very similar to the Leviathan. It's going to be called Leviathan, and we are going to find out exactly if that's the case. We're not 100% sure that, but that is one of the biggest changes that was done this week, which is this rock showing a little bit of signs exactly of what is inside of it. Now, I do want to remind you guys that next week we might have to see this a little bit more discoverable. We're going to be probably able to see a little bit more of it, but I'll have you guys extremely updated, telling you guys exactly what happens every single week and what are the changes. So this is one of the biggest changes that was done into the game. We have a full discovery of what we could possibly see, and I guess the best angle I can show you guys is this one right here, which it looks like it's some sort of mechanical part. But if I go to this other side right here, the one up here, you'll be able to see that you can see like it's either some sort of capsule or some sort of like little egg looking thing in here. And let me go back up here. I tried zooming in and back, and that's what we have right there. And that is the biggest changes that was done to Depot. I tried zooming in like this, but you can't really see much. So I tried getting under it, but it wasn't working. So that's like the biggest changes that we were able to see. I even tried doing all this stuff, like zooming in here, quick glance, but you can't really see much. You can only see the stuff from the outside of the thing. So it's supposed to be some sort of egg, something hatching. But I want to know from you guys, what do you guys think it is, and what do you guys expect? Now, let's go ahead and check out the other spot that was actually changed. And this one was kind of interesting. Don't know if you guys really paid too much attention to things that are happening, but we are going to be heading to this part right here, and I'm going to show you guys exactly another change that it's taken place, and we are going to be heading over to Retail Row. Now, this is actually a pretty funny one, because this one right here is part of a mem. I'll tell you guys exactly what the mem's all about. So this one's right here in Retail Row. You're going to be able to notice that there's something completely different that we've never seen before. And I want to know from you guys in the comment section below if you guys have actually, paid attention to this, if you guys seen it or you haven't seen it. And that is the change we have right here. So as you guys know, there used to be an ice cream truck, but there is no longer an ice cream truck here. Now we actually have a lunch truck. And this lunch truck is called the following Fork Knife. So Fork Knife, you're probably wondering, what is that reference to? What does that even mean? What does that stand for? What is that all about? So Fork Knife is actually a meme. It's from a meme, and it shows us that Fortnite's actually paying attention to everything that the community is talking about. So this is what they have. I mean, I was trying to figure out exactly what they had in the menu. So if you zoom in here real quick, I mean, you can't really make it out. It looks like it's a piece of chicken, a piece of steak, and we got a few vegetables. I mean, and some broccoli. But I can't really make out exactly what it is. Maybe in game I'll probably be able to pay more close attention to it. But I was trying to figure out. If you guys figured out what's in the menu, let me know. So what exactly does the Fork Knife stand for? So Fork Knife, like I said, was a meme. It was a way for people who didn't know what Fortnite was all about. It was in regards to a girl with a gun, and she had like a little man that says, "Me pretending to know how to play Fortnite to impress some guy." So instead of putting Fortnite, they put Fortnite. So ever since then, it started picking up, and that is the reason why we have this one. And big GG's for Epic for actually paying attention to the details and knowing what their community is all about. And that is another change that was done to the map this time around. Let's go check out the last change that we were able to spot and find out exactly that had been involved and changed. Now, for those of you who don't know what happened, like last week, remember there was the bunker that was available. There was a bunker that was discovered in Wailing Woods. We also had to change to Dusty, and just like the whole construction thing. But today, if you guys haven't been to Tilted Towers, Tilted Tower actually got a couple changes. Now, if you remember, Tilted Towers had a big hole right here in the middle that had a bunch of crystals and crates in there. Now that's no longer there. That's actually patched. It's been patched completely, and as you guys notice right there, a truck has patched that hole, and construction has begun. Now the rocks that have been taken out have been transported or placed within this truck right here that contains all the rocks right here. So as you guys notice right there, all the rocks that were from this area right here have been changed to this truck. Now you're probably wondering, Laser, where are those trucks going to? Like what exactly is going to? So if you follow this path right here, you'll notice that this path actually leads to some very interesting areas. Now the speculation is that these right here, these truck, is actually going to be heading this way. And you're probably wondering, where is this leading to? So as you guys notice right here, we're going to go this way right here. You're able to go up here. And then we have kind of some sort of off-road. And this is kind of leading towards Snobby Shores, right? So we're going here. But the theory behind this is that these are actually leading to this area right here. Because the villain of the story, the bad guy who wants to be evil and cruel within the whole story, is this guy right here. And he wants to launch his rocket. And the only way that he's able to launch his rocket is if he gets enough crystals to actually make this go off. So the only way we can get the rocket to go off is by having enough crystals, and those crystals are the ones that are scattered around the map that is going to allow us to launch this rocket into air. And the only way we're going to be able to launch the rocket into air is if we have enough crystals to launch it in the air. That is the theory behind the rocks. Let me know in the comment section below if you guys have noticed any other different changes that I didn't mention in the video. Don't forget, guys, if you're trying to complete the challenges, find the duckies, find the battle star, find the hidden battle star. Make sure you guys click on any of the videos showing up there. And don't forget, guys, for all things Fortnite, make sure you guys keep it locked on this channel. And I will catch you guys on the next video.